You just flip around again. There's lots of problems. Like it sounds like cannons almost going off. What I would say. I don't know if that's helpful. On what you can see and what you cannot. Clearly. See, it sounds like cannons going off. But what can you see the best at? You can't see it very good that way either. I'm thinking. Okay, so maybe the best would be like that, or hold on. What is these cannon-like noises? I don't know what you can see. I have no idea. Wish I did know, but I don't know. See, no, that's not. Was too much. Okay, hang on. It does sound like a cannon, doesn't it? Maybe one of these things. Let's see. Will that help? See, it sounds like a fucking cannon. So perhaps up and down would have been better. I have no idea. Maybe this thing will hold it up better. I don't know. Maybe. I can't tell though. Right. What's the point of this thing? But yeah, I still don't know. That just like looks like a glare. You can't see anything. Basically. I mean, technically, I could go put this outside, I guess. We know it'd be good to set it right there. We know this. I have no idea what that looks like. Give me a second, I'll tell you. Maybe it needs to be scooted down. Two seconds. Weird ass noise. So no better. No better. sure it's gonna get weird out there. Like, I don't doubt that. That play is weird. See here those cannons? I don't know if you do. Why can't we see the blue part? Cannons, what the fuck? Okay, that's where it is now. Thinking. Like I'm thinking. How's that going these days? So. It's weird what it all like, so what's that? Hang on. Move this. There for now. It's weird watching yourself in like okay, so that would be like straight up. And over here. So wait a minute. Clearly. Now if we go back, what happened? I don't know. It's like we're focused on that pole when we're not. We don't want that pole to whatever at all. Feel like that's not as good as it was. No, I mean, I don't know. I guess that big white cloud, whoa, will come do something. That's what I got to tell you. Looks like it's moving in over us. Like nice and sunny though. What? Cannons. So yeah, I don't get that fully. I feel like it's so white outside that you can't even see anything. Alright. What was that? Flashing. Like every so often I get these flashes from what made it move. Huh. Cannon. It's like a freaking cannon. It sounds like. It is so white. Like, I don't think that's even remotely normal. It should not be that white. It should not be that white. It shouldn't. It looks like blizzard skies, and it has for a while. Cannons. Cannons. Okay, so maybe there would be the best. Hold on. Maybe look at the fence though. We don't want to do that. So we could go that way. To the night. Hold on to the memory. Like, do we want it higher up? Because Why does it sound like cannons are being fired? That's just my question. Really the only question I have. That's really the only question. It's so not the only question I have. I wonder why it does look like that through a camera. Why does it? Boom. A popcorn machine. See? I mean, I don't know that the front facing camera is any different than the back. It looks like the sun is back there shining, but it isn't. Like, that's not even where the sun is. But it sure looks like the sun's back there. Doesn't it? Yeah. Those trees do look like stupid. Not stupid, but like diseased, now that I know what to look for. Hmm. Now, will that bird show up in the thing? No? Why not? Or is it delayed? So we're looking that way. Why does it look like the sun's over there? Because I can't see that far actually, but so like, are the trees becoming nano? I mean, if all the insects are. I mean, and they look weird like this. I'm not sure why it looks like the sun is that direction, because it is definitely not the sun. I don't know what that yellow is. So, what was that? I'm not sure. There are little flashes out there. They're regular though. Like, why does it look like the sun's in that direction? It's totally not. Or what the hell is that yellow? Not sure. Let me try to go this way then. Or not. Let's go backwards, maybe. did not do much different, did it? No. I don't know why it looks like it's sodium sunny. Your television is loud over there. There's their ba-bonk. I mean, why is it doing that still? Do I not understand where the camera lens is? Totally possible. Okay. How about if we... No clue what we're going to see now. I don't know what just flew by the window, though. Why does, like, the camera's view throw me off so damn much? I mean, I really don't know. But uh-oh, here comes these noises again. Oh, but uh-oh. Like, it's been weird. It's like sound like a jet airplane or... We're not sure what's going to show up. Sounds like fucking firecrackers. Now it is the 4th of July, so there's that, but like, I don't know that it is firecrackers. Maybe. What happens if we go all the way back? Is that your television? I hope so. We hope so. Like these bright clouds, they're new. They're new. Alright, that's gonna be a big move for y'all. And it didn't do much for anybody. It didn't do much for anybody. This delay is a trip. I feel like that's too low. Fucking too high. Goldilocks situation over here. What's that one? Too low? We'll find out in 3 seconds. Low. For real. Tell us how you really feel. Well, we're trying to tell you. Well, that's it like that without flipping over. Nope. Excuse me. Okay, how about if we move you on? Every time I figure it out, I figure it out. Some more. That's what they say anyway. Hang on a minute. It is so bright. Okay, so maybe. That's so noisy. Let's try from there. I gotta see where that goes. There's your cannonball noise. Like, why is it being so stupid? But I don't know what noise is what. Clearly, if I did, wouldn't be filming it to hear it again. Like, from back here, what happens? Because clearly I don't understand where the lens is. And even looking at it, I'm not understanding. Alright, that might get real different. I mean, it should. That's not helping. How is it possible? Like that. Anything. So we have an idea of where we like it best. Not a clue. Like it's gonna fall, but let's see. That's just bright. I think it might still be delayed. I don't know. So I mean, if people were gonna do fireworks, now would be the time to do it. It is awfully, awfully white. Like, you can't even see out that window right now, really. I mean, you can, but I can, but the camera can't. Why is that? Like, is the sky supposed to look like that? I don't think so. That cloud's been sitting there for a while. They do that now. They must have a different way to the hiking through the ethers, I guess, the trails. There's got to be some different type of some different kind of tech. Clearly. But you can't see the clouds. Is it because of the glass? I don't know. It's changing. That ball thing, what is that? See, I don't see that with my eyes, but I see it through the camera. And then where's the area where I'm always seeing the let's try and move this whole damn thing. That might be the best, easiest, the most easy. Like, Okay, that's maybe, I guess, why it's so white is because that whole thing is above us. Why did I don't know. True. That's just about right. It is bright out there. Like, is it not? Yes, it is. Nope. Come on, nope. Nope again. I did kind of have this figured out a moment ago, but that moment is not now. Well, gonna go to the freaking ceiling again. Yeah. See, you would think if it's like super low, right? That, I don't know what you would think. Don't ask me to go downtown because I wouldn't come back alive. Not only is the mother big, she packs a 45. Delia, Delilah, tell me sweet Delia D. You arrest the men for turning tricks, but you're scared to Galilee. I'm trying here to figure out that this and the other. It is pretty out there, but like I can't. I can't figure out where to position. Navigating is hard. This period. It's so bright. That should not be that bright. I don't think. And then like, I'm trying. So like, that direction does what? I don't know. Alright, what's this way? And that tree, which, hold on. Whoa, I flip. But that tree I've seen get split in half with lightning. Then, what do you call it? The this. You have to wait for me to catch up with me. What's on that pole? I don't know because I can't actually see that. It could just be whatever, but it's awfully white back there too, so. Oh, that right there. Damn it, dude. Like, truly, truly. So the lens is over this side? Apparently not. Unless my hand's gonna show up. We'll find out. Yes, that's a no. up. Yeah. Well, you can hear the noises, I reckon. It keeps sounding like jets are flying over. Here's a good example. Let me I think that sounds weird. I don't know what I'm looking at. Well, I think some of them are fireworks, and I think some of them are not fireworks.
Yeah, that's true. You got that right there.
Well, it's like live streaming, but I can't. The sky is so whited out. It's like, see, do you think that was a firework? You're gonna say yes.
A lot of people like cancel the fireworks because right around like in the next hour, it's supposed to be like storms coming in again because of that hurricane. It's like pushing storms in a circle around us. It's going up into like
Like, I don't think those noises right there are fireworks. And then it keeps sounding like jets are going overhead. And then I don't ever catch those flashes, but I catch them with my eyes. Whatever the fudge that is. Let's move this camera over. Not straight down, but sorry about that. And let's try it like this. Yes. Oh, I was like, what happened? Repeat what you just said? Or don't? I guess the camera shows the reverse? The flip side? And what's messed up is like I'm not going out there. Not at this second in time. You have a phone holder? Or like a camera holder? Because I don't really need a fence in the shop. But even those trees don't look good. Let's be real about it. Ow. Dude. For the love of money. I mean, it probably looks pretty to sunset. I don't know. I'm not outside, so I couldn't tell you. So that's like what, 10 seconds, 7 seconds behind or something? Yeah. So like what I see with my eyes is gonna show up there later. Figured it out. Figured nothing out. I was trying to figure out whatever the flip keeps flashing over there, which literally right as I say that it does it. Why can I not see that? How come I can't? Buffering. Is it buffering because whatever the flip is, that's a really pink cloud. It makes me think of that. See, it's super blue though back there. I'm not real sure. I'm tempted to go outside, but you gotta give me a minute to get up. What was that flash? See, there's the flash. That is the flash that I'm talking about. Like, I'm not sure what that is. Sometimes it does that. Like, it should have just did it. Excuse me. Yeah, that. What is that? Like, I don't know, because it's not, it doesn't always do that. Like these weird storms. I'm not sure what's making them. Again, except for not natural. For the birds. Not even for the birds. I can just tell it's getting really charged out there. I can feel it. I can feel that for certain. Now when the thing is higher up, it didn't matter. That little light, see? It's flashing again. Or whatever that is. It's weird. See, I don't think those are fireworks. Everything is what's the word? Screwed. Everything gets word screwed. Yeah. So it's either the fence is in the way or the ceiling's in the way. But what is that flashing? Because it's not a pole. Sometimes it flashes, sometimes it does not. Huh. I mean, would the camera facing the other way be better? I don't know. There's not much to see. Look at crystal and shit falling out of the sky. Kinda wish we were kidding there. I don't know what that is. Like, it's flashing pretty consistently now, but I don't know what it is. Like, it does it sometimes. What the fuck is that? Did anybody check the radar? Weird. Like, it would be super cool if all the power stayed on. I would appreciate that. Watch it go off now that I said it. Let me take a shower. Yet again. Yet again. I'm just flash above that tree. Normally I would be outside filming it, but like, see, I don't think those are fireworks either. Maybe. Something's about to happen. And now that light's being pretty consistent, but like, it isn't always. I mean, I don't always see it. I need the silver for my eyes. Yeah, I don't think those are fireworks. Just don't. It's got a weird hue to it. Hmm. Okay, those sounded firework-like. Maybe. I don't have an answer. And like, when we see a firework though. Alright, so now that we did figure out where the light is, what happens if we move that back? Too much. Because these like electric blues been showing up a lot lately, I guess like everywhere, not just here. I don't think they're fireworks. This looks like a whiteout blizzard zone. What happens if we move it back? Well, I can't read what that says, but hi. That didn't help us either, did it? So did not. Oh, what does that say, for the love of God? Oh, hi. Hi, Jen. How you doing? There's some weird noises and weird lights, and I'm trying to figure out how to not lose my mind also, you know? How are you? See, it doesn't look like that at all, like through... That's weird. How are you? Oh, you look like you're doing pretty good, actually. In your new camper van thing. That's awesome. Big props on that. That's what I need, is a mobile home. Like, a real mobile home. Because this is not the one. I mean, I guess that light's always there flashing. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. No, I do like your camper goals. Those are goals for real. Or at least you can kind of see the clouds now. Before it was just like a whiteout zone. These fake storms. I mean, what's real anyway? Escaping the city, living in Dad's attic. Wait, well, you lost me a little bit because you're in the camper, but how are you in the attic too? You know, like, I mean, I'm curious. It's been a trip, by the way. Oh, I bet so. They probably, that's a really nice one. What year is yours? It's in great shape. And then I don't know how expensive gas is, but see, I don't think all these noises are fireworks, because that could be. No, you got the right idea. That was the right thing to invest in my opinion. For sure. 64? Really? And it's in that good, like, I feel like it maybe is like a one-time owner other than you. Am I right on that? Because it is in way too good a condition to be, let's see. I'm not great at math. 16 years older than me or something, so, or maybe I'm not even doing that math right. No, it looks so cozy, and it looks like so you too. Like, I watched your video on like the little tour of it and everything. It's like perfect, because often more is more, less is more is my point. So like, yeah. So like, yeah. Yeah, I need a home on wheels too. I do. And I thought it was carpet beetles. I thought it was moths. It's none of that. It's a fungus of sorts. And I have a friend in Michigan where you are, that I met in this Morgellons support group. And the shit's coming in through her house too. So like, I don't know. You know, the people I bought it from did a lot of work too. They gave me some pictures. Oh, that's cool. I would make a scrapbook of it also. Or was it only one owner? The people, yeah. We don't, you know? Okay, it seems like only like maybe one or two people own that because it's in such pristine condition for being 1964. I'm trying to figure out the math. How old is that? 1964. And it's, let's see, if we're in 2025, it's 14 years older than me, I think. Owner of this campground wants to start some vintage camper groups, so we're making, I don't know what that noise was. That sounds fun. So are you at a campground now, if you don't mind me at? Well, probably not. Are you at a campground now? Well, it sounds like it. The owner of this campground wants to start some. That's what's up. Anyway, the girl in Michigan going through the same thing I am with her house in Michigan, and I'm like, it freezes up there, so I thought it'd be better. It wasn't pretty when they got it. They did a lot. I can foresee that because like people buy things like that at the time, and then maybe they use it once or they don't use it at all, and it just sits for years. So I'm guessing like that's why it has a lot of the original parts and like the stuff that came with it. Are you? Are you? That's funny. Or not? It kind of is because that one dude. I didn't ever know that the landmass above Wisconsin. If anybody would have asked me before, I would have said that was Canada, and apparently it's not Canada at all. Um, Upper Peninsula. So did you have to go over that super long bridge? I guess that was about a year ago when I was trying to connect you with him. I ended up meeting him in real life and didn't go well. Tons of them are for sale if you're cheap always. Good to know, okay. My newer, my new friend Allison, she's from like Detroit suburb area, but she also wants to get a vehicle. Exactly, people never, yeah, exactly, they get, yeah. So they just sit, and then they need like some love and care, I'm sure. But that thing does look like super well insulated. You did really good with like the pillows and did you make like a beach bag out of something? Some type of bag. You did the bridge a few times now. Yeah. I bet it's a lot. Like how many miles is that thing? Do you know offhand? Like a big girl. Man, some days it's hard to be a big girl. Good God. Like life is a trip. Do you have any plans to take it far? I mean, I figure probably, but that's also very cool that you're like connected with other people that are doing the same thing. Because it's definitely about finding community at this point, for sure. Just yesterday, an old fellow was telling me he has a brand new pop-up camper in his yard for sale, never used. Interesting. And then pop-up leads me to believe that it would be a Volkswagen, but I guess that doesn't have to be a Volkswagen. I feel like they were the first ones to do the pop-up, but I don't know that to be 65, 64. You said that's pretty amazing. Speaking of pop-ups and Volkswagens, they used to make a split window, the front windshield split window, the Volkswagen pop-up campers. I don't know if they were actually the first, but I feel like they were. But I wasn't alive yet. That cloud has just sat there for the longest time. Well, I wonder if they're all up in your area because your area had so many vehicles. Like, meaning, the Detroit Rock City. That doesn't have to do with cars, but, what was up there? Ford. I have zero real plans. I don't think I'd be out in this long on a maiden voyage, but the beach is a yes. knows? I mean, I know it is about to happen, but I don't know the difference between Upper Peninsula. Well, I mean, that's pretty far from you, right? Like, who would have thought your state was so big? Is that like 4 hours away? I feel like it's deceiving in mileage. Yeah, okay. Thank you. We have an abundance of auto everything. Oh, if you're at those lakes and beaches, which I don't know, I think I saw some footage recently of those lakes, and I'm like, how are we calling that a lake? Like, it's so large. Those lakes are more like gulfs or seas, or I don't know. And then I recently heard something about like I hear things starting to happen. And those clouds just sit there. A map that did not have the Great Lakes on it, rather. A few hundred miles, yeah. That's crazy. I never knew Michigan was that big. So, is it your first time up there? It's probably like a whole other world. Exactly. Thank you. Inland oceans, for real. I mean, there might even be salt in there by now. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Who would have thought I'd be saying I live by well, I'm just going to call it the Gulf of Florida. The Gulf of America sounds cheesy to me. What else is new? See, that light's not consistently flashing now over in those trees. Storms are weird. Oh, on those beaches you can find cool Yoper lights, they're called, but I think you need a UV light to find them. They're YOOPER. I saw a few when I had Daydreamers Library, and it was all one big ocean. Yeah, yeah. It's weird. And then I've also heard that like the Rocky Mountains appeared like overnight. I'm not sure like if there's a map on that, but I think they're like personal testimonies or whatever. Man, I don't know about anything anymore. I really don't. So like it seems like no matter where you go, there's messed up stuff happening. And I think the way that they're I think we're all exposed to it, by the way. I'm kind of jumping around with my thought process, but we've all been do you? Okay. The Sasquatch here. So whenever you go down to the beach, I think that's how you find them, is by shining the light, the UV down at the rocks, and then like there's a ton of them up there. And you guys have a lot of also some kind of agate. I'm trying to think of what they're calling them. I was looking up on my last trip up here, but no luck yet. Okay. Pretty cool though. Like, I guess your area's gotten like kind of, how would I say it, pillaged. Like, because a lot of people know about it now where they didn't used to. You'll find some. Or something cool, like fossils, and it's so kind of messed up that like, see, I don't know, maybe that's firework, but if so, we would see it, you would think. How they tried to tell us, like, well, everything they tried to tell us was one, I'm not going alone here. I'm looking for some person to go with. Understandable. I mean, that's probably wise, just because. And I'll tell you what, you learn a lot about somebody traveling with them. Like when it's that many hours in a vehicle, or just, yeah, you get to know people real quick. Real quick. What's that moving up by the window? I don't know what that was. So, okay, so I think how they're doing this, well, in between the trails, is the fungi. And we have fungus in our body already to help us decompose when we die. So it'd be real easy to like put whatever in the fungus. It's been a big deal for tourists for a while. The lakes are funny. I've never been up to those lakes. I've been to Michigan, but only for like concerts in and out. What the guy I moved to Florida with in 2000, good Lord, that so long ago, it's so weird. His uncle, or no, his grandpa, after we moved down here, his grandpa died. Anyway, he's from Mackinac Island, and he told me to always go check that place out because it's like gorgeous and otherworldly. But that's really far up. Like Canada's right there. It's weird because Michigan was like I grew up right next to it. I mean, I didn't even know Indiana had underground what have yous. Everywhere does. If Florida does, for flip's sake. But I always thought Indiana was flat. The central portion is. And I know, like, the north part of the state, but I did not know that southern Indiana was, like, rolling hills and all that. See, I don't think that was a firework either. And I feel like the lightning lately has been jumping into my room, like, weirdly. Like this ball lightning bit. Kind of crazy. I haven't seen you over at Jay's, I feel like, in a while. But I understand that also. So, okay, wait, there was just a flash, but the curtain kind of was in the way. You're a good seamstress, my goodness. So that's something you could always do too, is, I mean, not that you probably don't know that, but we have many friends in hospitality who work, on Mackinac Island. I bet, like, growing up there. It's, like, beautiful, right? In, like, kind of its own place, isn't it? I kind of think so. It makes me think of, like, for some reason I always thought Montauk was up that way. What was that light in the tree? Oh, you're welcome. Like, you were like, I can't believe you finished it. I mean, I can. But, one of the things that you sewed, what was it? I think insulator or something. And you were like, just don't do it because it was ridiculously hard. What was that? It was like the blackout curtains or what? It came with Velcro, I think you said. But you would never be the wiser. So that's the thing you could always do wherever you are, for sure. And actually I have a friend in West Virginia. My neck hurts too much to look down at. Oh, see, it's like you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. To look down at the machine long now, can't sew for more than an hour or two at a time now. Well, that's, at least you know that, but like, exactly, like, it's something you enjoy, and you can't even do it properly. For real. Yeah, I guess so. It was some certain type of material, but you made it through, but I don't know what the hell that was. Maybe a firework? It's hard to say. There's a big old cloud over us. What kind of name Flossie is in the first place, I have no idea. But the friend in West Virginia, his wife, is that like me I'm seeing? Okay, a little bit. How come we couldn't see me before, but we can see me now? Wait, or is that me? It's not me. I'm all confused. Why does it look like something is out my window then? Oh wait, maybe that was me. I forgot there's a delay where I'm looking. I'm all like, what's going on? to use commercial. Nothing. I'm live streaming and nothing, Nathan. What's up with you? You're bad on what? I know how to use commercial and home machines though, and I got to teach a sewing class at a church during lockdown because we gangsta like that. Nice. Nathan likes to sew, and we have a sewing machine here, but I mean, there's so many things that need to happen before that can happen. Old fabric, like, we used to have a lot of old fabrics and stuff. So, okay, so I guess because it's darker, my reflection's coming in. Is that my reflection? I'm trying to figure it out. It is. The delay on this thing is interesting. And what is that light about flashing over there? So, like, I'm curious to what the heck they're doing out here. That I don't think was a firework, but that's just my opinion. What do I know? Not much, apparently. That light's coming from a whole different place. Is it? It's weird how the sky changes so fast. You like that granola, don't you? Okay, so that is me moving around, okay. So I was outside the window. Your guys' weather's super hot right now, I'm guessing. And probably super hot. I don't know what the hell it is. But I remember it got humid as could be in Indiana, so I'm sure it does in Michigan also. I mean, that is a big ass cloud out there too. Like ridiculously big. And I watched the sky yesterday, or the sunrise or whatever. And it was very like reminiscent of Helene. There were all these planes going back and forth. I was trying to go live from here, but my signal was too spotty. This place kicks butt. Oh, good. No heat wave up there. That's nice. Cause you're in upper right now, right? And so you've just been like going from campground, or like, it sounds like did you meet people like on a message board? You know, a message. What the fuck was that? Like, I felt that. Are these locals, or like locals and more type deal? Or like online? Or how did you, however you did it, that's awesome. I want to find a community like that. That makes sense. What lake are you at right now? Where do you think fireworks are about to start at? I don't know. That's awesome. And then I gathered that from your very first message, and then I get confused easy. So you've just met people along the way. I mean, I know there's so many people that like are van lifers and stuff like that. Where's that damn light from? Excuse me. Well, that's really awesome. I'm super happy for you. I really am. Whoa. I guess that's going to show up in a minute because of the delay. It barely showed up. Why? Campground hopping. I did that, but it's been years. I have been in this area for over a week. I love that for you, Jen. I really do. I really do. So now I think I gathered the first comment of saying you're doing the campgrounds and what have you, but also living in Dad's attic. Like when you're not there, that's where you can always go back to. That's good. I mean, compared to last year, it sounds like you're a lot more stronger foundation. Good for you. And my friend in West Virginia, his wife is a seamstress. and like nobody is over there. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of a lost art. And so she makes really good money, um, because she makes quality stuff. And I knew you liked, whoa, that's some weird strobe light action. Um, I knew you were talented. I know you like arts and crafts, and I didn't know you were that good of a damn seamstress. Yeah, but I know you were, like, even last year, kind of. I mean, it must be. Do you still have your car, or did you get. Or wait, it's a pull. Whoa. It's a pull behind, or what? It's a pull behind, yes. This is weird. It is a little pull behind, isn't it? Is it a pull behind camper? I really don't know. I feel like the answer to that is yes, but Matrix break. It makes me think of Midas touch. So I think it's a pull behind. Am I right on that? Can't remember. And see, I usually have a really good memory. And it's alive and well in the Upper Peninsula. Some of these remote areas don't have supplies like you'd expect. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't doubt that at all. Like, you want to definitely have what is needed. It's a pull behind, thank you. The cabin is only 11 feet. See, that's less is more. But, like, you're little, I'm little, that would work. I mean, even if somebody's six, oh, I'm seeing this on my TV. So, like, when I sit up, I'm like, what's going on out the window? Just me. Pull behind. So, okay, so what are you pulling? Are you pulling it with your car? I feel like that might be doable, or how did you figure that one out? No, those are fireworks. I had to keep it small because I only have an. Okay. Is it a Chevy Equinox? Is that who makes those? Chevys aren't bad. Or Ford. I think it's Chevy. Zero camper experience. No, that was you were smart to like don't do more than you can do, to like know that you yeah, make sure, get the feel for it, make sure it's what, yeah, that's wise. Unlike a lot of these camper, that's why there's probably so many just sitting. Also, but that dude is cool if you still have his number and you ever wanted to talk to him. Well, I don't know. I don't know how cool he is actually. I don't know. No, I was gonna go up there, so I locked up the towing capacity. I looked up the towing capacity and decided to go nowhere near it. Okay, fair. So Chevy Equinox, interesting. So is the driving like? I mean, driving can be a bit stressful anyway, but obviously you feel pretty comfortable maneuvering it around if you've taken it up there already. That's awesome. And then it's probably cheaper on gas. I mean, tonight would be a good night to like know how to avoid trouble that nobody's going to help me with. Small things are easier, yeah. That nobody's gonna help me with. I shouldn't be laughing, but I feel you on this. You know, I see that. I'm not gonna say it, but that place you went last year, I just was somewhere, some chat room, and I saw that name, and then the next thing, it was like weird. As soon as I saw it, like I don't know, maybe within a minute, they were saying hello to me, which we've never seen each other before. Now two lights. Okay, light, bright. I'm glad you made it out of that situation okay. It forced me to go way slow. Yeah, So really, it was kind of nice. Sometimes I speed, and yeah. So okay, so it just makes you just have more like wide load, so to speak. That sounded weird. The wind. No, that makes sense. Made sense. And I mean, you took it over the bridge even, so like that's progress. I know a lot of people that aren't trying to drive over bridges. A lady used to pay me when I used to do home health care. This wasn't even really health care, but she just wanted somebody with her, and and she wasn't comfortable driving over even like little bridges. But I feel like that one's a couple miles, a few miles at least. That's awesome. So you're just oh, and I bet the skies are gorgeous up there, right? I mean, that's like even where maybe even where your house is, but you can probably see all the stars. It's taking getting some used to. Big, yeah, I would say so, Jen. Like, hats off to you for real. You know, I watched something the other day that was saying, because I'm reading your timid part, and I was watching something the other day that said, like, anxiety. Well, this was like a short or whatever, a reel, whatever. And they were saying the CIA looks for people with anxiety, and anxiety's not a bad thing. See, there's a plane there. I don't know if it's going to show up on the thing. Yeah. What's that doing? I don't know. um, that it's a good thing because it's good to be a little bit paranoid. I'll say it is. So this would be a perfect time if they were going to do their stupid new tech, which they've been doing their new tech. It's a few miles and intimidating. The wind is crazy sometimes, and the vehicle sways a bit. Why is that so damn loud, Nathan? Come on. That was smart to get one that like has wheels, but like that light's low, so I don't even really want to look out my window and see how low it is. That's super major progress. Like not just driving over it, but driving it over it with something behind you. Can you hear that American flag music? I'm gonna guess you can. And that's really interference in my brain and life now, but what are you gonna do? Oh, I like that. Lunatic. I'm gonna use that. If you don't mind. Lunatic. That's great. That's like Lucy and Nate. And then Lucy, Nate. Hallucinate. Lunatic. I like that. Where do these lights come from? Like, I feel like that's the damn highway wall, but I could be wrong. I don't ever seem to be wrong anymore. I'm always like, what? Those are two things. The bridge is incentive tonight. Yeah, right. I bet it is. I bet it's a really good incentive to not, like, yeah. Makes you like, well, I would feel like where you're at, Upper Peninsula, is like just a slowed down way of life, period, from probably anywhere else. Um, in the, what do they call the lower 48? Lower 48, yeah. And I think that's awesome. Yeah, an incentive to not drive back real quick. I don't know where these lights come from. I really don't. Um, did you know the Schumann resonance, like the other day, went from 7.2 to 8.4, and they have no idea why or how. Um, Either some super powerful energetic pulse hit whatever came from somewhere else, or it was created here on Earth. But what's interesting about it is that I don't know if it was like England, Greenwich, whatever, mean time or whatever, but it was literally right at the stroke of midnight, and the Schumann resonance did this for 7 hours straight, right at the stroke of midnight. I think it is Greenwich Mean Time or whatever, for 7 hours. So I guess we got some upgrades that day. But whatever I was dealing with last year, I'm dealing with still. And I've been to doctors, and because I don't know that I had last year. But okay, let me see. I've been avoiding looking at all of that for a bit. I'm letting my body do its thing and trying to feel it out naturally. Yeah, I mean, that is always the way to go about it, is to listen to one's body. My body is doing some strange things. Strange. But I'm not the only person, like, at all. That's the crazy part. So whatever's been in these trails that have been dropping out the sky, what day was that? Okay, that was like, I want to say maybe a week ago. Probably. Maybe last Saturday or Sunday. I'll have to look. But if you're not subscribed to Stefan, STFAN, came out of nowhere. Stefan Burns. He's a geophysicist and does space weatherman, which I made a video a long time ago. I made I was spoofing this other space weatherman. I was like, what the fuck is space weather? But this guy's actually on point. I think it was what color was that? Red? There's always these strange hues of color in the sky now. Even just this, everything is progressively changing. My signal is spotty, so I might be lagging a bit. No idea. Oh, okay. He's worth looking in. Whoa, those trees are rocking now. He's Stefan Burns, and that is how you spelled it is right. Unless it's two F's. Why do I always F that up? Because I always feel like it's a P, but it isn't. Geophysicist Stefan Burns, STF. If it's not one F, it's two, but I should be able to remember this, but I'm not remembering things so much. My signal is spotty, meaning like my signal in my head, because whatever's been going on whenever I was complaining last year is not any beetle or whatever. It's nano bullshit. Space weather. I caught a bit the other day, but spotty and signal here has had me doing other things. Oh, space weather. I was making fun of it, like maybe not about a year ago, but he's just basically reading like the stuff I don't know how to read. Electromagnetic, what have yous, and all these charts that are like, but see, he's all tripped out even. He's like, there's no, like, the radar did not show any of this. It just, boom, happened. When I literally watched a tornado out this window the other day. Same spot the camera is right now. I guess the darker it gets, the more I show up in the window. And I'm like watching this cloud thing, and being from up there, I thought if I was going to see a tornado, it would have been in Indiana. And I'm like watching this cloud formation out this very window. And I'm like, oh, it's starting to rotate. And then I realized, like, right after I said that, rotating is not good. And I have a short on it because, like, you can see the ceiling fan, like, in the window. And it was, like, right above the ceiling fan because I was like, oh, at first I thought it was a ceiling fan. And it was a ceiling fan, but above the ceiling fan in the clouds, some other craziness was going on. And come to find out, a tornado did hit touchdown, whatever, hit touchdown in Largo to be exact, which you might be familiar with, like, know of that area because it isn't St. Pete, but whatever, same area. Bizarre. So I was watching a tornado like tear some other, go figure, like, modular home community up. I didn't know that at the time, but that is what that was. Things have been strange. And then the carpet beetles to moths to whatever is nano. And then that's a lot to swallow. I guess it's easier to swallow than we think, whatever that means. Why'd that light come on? Like, I don't know. You see lots of animals up there, deers and whatnot, I would think. So however the camera is pointed, it's not showing that bright light, which is fine, but, like, I still don't fully understand how the camera, I don't know why it's so confusing, but I guess it's like a mirrored image or something. I don't know. It's reversed. I feel silly asking this, but I have a issue, like, I don't know who's messaging me because I'm not looking at the phone. It's dark out there now. You might catch, like, some meteors and stuff. And I feel like you had a way to look out to the sky, that one window thing. Yeah, you have that little camper set up perfectly. I mean, you could live out, I mean, that's the point, I guess, if need be, is that you could live out of there if you needed to. And then you can always just get up and go. I think it's smarter that you got one that's not actually drivable because it just is. Because then that could be more problems and everything, so yeah. Super cloudy. Kind of a bummer. I feel like everything is progressively changing. Everything is progressively changing. You have fun with that thumb drum? Those things are so neat. I almost bought one. They're not cheap. I don't know if they're cheaper now, but they're awesome. Probably, like, very relaxing. So are you, like, right on the lake? That's so cool that you're, like, out doing things. I'm super glad for you. I know I already said that, but I am. And I bet there's some old world stuff up there too. Now, once you're up on that peninsula, I know I just asked like 3 questions. The thumb drums are awesome. And I think you got it. Those aren't fireworks. I mean, if they are, it's like the biggest firework ever. I think that mine is great, and it was 70. Well, my niece got one for 50 that you like. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well worth it, I think. And, yeah, I kind of gathered that. I guess that was maybe Christmas time, because something like that. And I remember you saying she already had one, so you'd get to play with it. I came so close to buying one of those. But again, it was kind of pricey for something I had never like experimented with. But I have now, and I would totally purchase if I had the monies. I've been having to purchase all sorts of stuff to just keep my health, to keep myself from going crazy, really. Her sounds really good. It's got a better high note than yours. Very neat. Like, yeah, I mean, they each, I guess, different tones or notes, I guess. One of the two. Ukuleles are fun too. Any instrument is I commend anybody for using because vibration and sound can really do a lot. Matter of fact, I just saw something. I mean, I don't know what good it'll do. I don't. That sounds terrible to say, but something that sounds that was putting out fires. I don't know. I saw something on it. I didn't even know that California, like, I guess they were just on fire, but nobody was reporting on it until after the fact or something. They're all different, and you can change that tuning on steel drums too. I don't know a lot about drums, I'll be real. Now, I did have a pair of big old, maybe they are bongos. I'm not sure if we still have those or not, but we might have given them away. Cannot remember. Yeah, I kind of did too, but I saw like some aftermath of it, and just like Lahaina, that did not look natural. I don't know how long I've been saying that about things, but we got a lot of not natural things happening. And I did not understand, like, I guess I know what nano, I thought. I watched this video on Rumble, which I highly suggest. Um, the channel is called Biomedical. Oh crap, I'm not gonna be able. Biological medicine on Rumble, and the title is HAARP. Those efforts are messed up. And right at the beginning, okay, so the title is HAARP Morge, which I've been saying during the stream, and I felt like that. I guess that's a word to get you flagged. They don't want you talking about the Morgel on Conundrum. But, okay. HAARP, that word, chemtrails. They don't like that one either, though. And then the what have you, schmack, schmeen, and how they're all interrelated. So if you go to Rumble and you search for, or just type in those first two words, it makes me mad that they use words like instruments that are angelic in nature and sound. Really, some of it's shocking, but I am that hopeful. Me too. I am that hopeful person because I'm crazy and had angels talking to me. Says she talks to angels, calls them out by her name. It's a good song. She'll tell you she's an orphan after you meet her family. That was me back in the day. I like, one reason I'm so big maybe on honesty now. I think I just had such an overactive imagination or whatever that, like, as a kid and stuff, I would just make things up just that maybe just to see if people would believe it. That should have maybe given me some type of insight to whoa. Yes. Okay. I love karaoke. Is it not so fun? if we ever end up in the same place at the same time, we'll have to karaoke together. So fun. Singing is just like so good for the soul, regardless of what you sound like. It is so like uplifting and just we're supposed to be doing things like that, I think. Yeah. Black Rose. They got a few good ones, but that's probably one of my favorites. It's a good one. I don't know what happened to them though. I saw them live, a bunch. In like '97, they did a tour with the. Sounds weird out there. Of the. Why is this stupid light on right in my face? For whatever reason, it's not in the camera. The camera must be facing the opposite direction, but is his name Chris Robinson? I think so. But then I also saw him again. So I saw them in the '90s, and then I also saw them in like 2011. Never got the balls to do it on one of the live streams with people there, but they have it here. Oh, cool. See, I bet, like, see, that seems awfully blue to me. Just phones, but good. Yeah, I mean, we improvise, use what we can. That, I bet, what I was going to say is, I bet people that own campgrounds at this point in time are probably pretty flippin' cool. However that came across, I'm not sure, but for the most part, like actual campgrounds that have been around for a while or been there for a long time, if they're still there, they're probably very cool people because the world has changed so much. So, and everybody's trying to take everybody's land, kind of, sort of. Like, I don't even know what's going on with North Carolina, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't know that they're much better off than they were last year. That makes sense. And that's the thing. None of these things make sense. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. The purple and blue light has a lot to do with all of this. Exiled neurosurgeon Dr. Jack Kruse, that's the title of it, on Danny Jones's podcast, which I knew that dude looked familiar. He used to do Concrete Podcast or whatever, but I think now he's on his own. It's interesting because he's here in Tampa, but he had on this doctor, exiled neurosurgeon. These people want to expand their CEO. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Like, if you're still in that business, like you're serious about getting like off grid as much as possible. Okay, these people want to expand their whole operation. They bought it from a friend and are doing new events. We're powwowing. Awesome. About alien and Sasquatching. Really? That's awesome. Like, I want to be able to travel again. Like, this is the new thing, is what protocol are you on? I'm going to hope that you don't even know what that means yet, because I didn't want to know what it meant at all. But basically, I hope you don't know what that means yet. I mean, is that what we're going to call it? Protocol? What we have to take each day to not be annihilated by everything falling from the sky, all these stupid frequencies, all the blue light, by the way. See, I'm all about that. No, tell me. Okay, so the protocol, my good God. So, okay, so you knew I was sick last year, or going through weird things in my house and in my body, but I didn't know the extent of it. And so, long story short, like, there definitely are beyond sight, because I couldn't even say I called it the P word. So, okay, so the doctors don't really want to hear about parasites. And I'm sure there's reasons for that. And there was a lot of like, okay, protocol is like your medicine regimen. Jesus. But everybody's different. So, like, how do I say? You're gonna, not you, but a lot of people are literally, protocol is like, what are you taking to maintain whatever the heck you can't get? Like, back in the day, you, if you had something wrong, you went to the emergency room or to the hospital and they helped you. They don't do that now, not with this. And it's a good thing I didn't know about, like, I'm reading, not doing anything special. I should be doing my herbal and vitamins, but oh, sunshine is so good. That's what exiled neurosurgeon is talking about, is like the purple lights, all our black mirrors, the blue light coming from the phones and the plasma TVs, etc. And I guess there's genetic markers, or because like Nathan doesn't have this like I have it, right? And I've taken all the human drugs. It's good that you do periodic cleanses for real. Maybe a couple years back, because everything's blurring now. And how it's been a year. That's the fastest year I ever knew. Like from last July to now. And then get lazy, walked away from it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're really in the upside down at this point. Okay, so you go in there and you say that, and they mark you. It's a good thing I didn't know about this more baloney. I do that sometimes, but I haven't, and when I say do that, I mean the Netflix. I haven't watched a show it had been a long time. I watched something, because I guess Apple TV, I had never seen it before, but I didn't get to finish the series because it was like a free trial or whatever, but Netflix is fun. Sometimes there's like some good shows on there for sure. But okay, so the doctors don't want to hear this, so if I would have known about like fibers coming out of people's skin and stuff, I would have, if I would have known that, I would have been saying that. Because, I mean, I went into the emergency room saying I got moths. Okay, so, because it felt like I was spinning webs, and my hair, even though it was shaved, felt like it was much longer. Weird stuff. Okay, that light went off, but, okay. And so, it feels weird. It's been feeling weird. I wasn't saying that, but I sure would have been if I would have known, and I guess that wouldn't have worked out well. But so, the parasites, okay, so it's all a setup for failure, and it's all way too perfectly by design. So, I did the medicines, the human forms, which, this is ironic, or maybe it's not, but you end up at like Tractor Supply Warehouse is what ends up happening, because who knew that all these, because I mean, it's important to deworm your animals and everybody does. I don't know why it wouldn't be important for us. Do not get that at all. People a little bit older than me remember, like Kimberly F, for that matter. She said when she was growing up, like, it was a big thing with the doctors, like, get your parasite, what have you, or, well, don't get it, so, like, cleanse out or whatever. Now they don't even want to hear it. I'm still alone 90% of the time. I started hearing about, oh my God. Okay. So, and the other poop that's been doing to us. Yeah, okay. I didn't know. And I definitely didn't know about, like, 2008. when it like got like the CDC or whatever had to get involved because so many people were complaining about stuff that literally, figuratively, all of the above really doesn't make sense. Huh. I didn't know about that until a few weeks ago. So, craziness. So, okay, so I did their medicines and I got them all prescribed from humans. I mean, it wasn't my alien doctor this time. Um, yeah. So, okay, I did their medicines last year. And then it's like, even if they do give you the medication, which is like really hard to even get them to do, all right, then flashing light, even if they give them to you, they're not going to give you the right dosage. So I feel like I've mastered the tapeworm. Okay, I feel like that's gone. However, it is all over the soil outside. So, okay. So I've taken enough of their dumb medicine that it should be gone, or whatever I got going on should be gone. But what I got going on isn't even, what's the word, recognized by the medical community. And this is mind blowing. Delusion. So they'll mark you as, which I'm glad I wasn't saying like this is what's happening to me. I didn't realize that is what was happening to me because I didn't know. Well, now it's been a year, so things have progressed, and like nobody should be having anything. Like you shouldn't be having things that look like bugs or anything like that exiting your skin. But they're gonna say that's not possible, and that if anything's gonna exit, it's gonna exit your poo or whatever. That's not what's been happening to me at all. And so like Nathan and I got into quite a few fights about like you should do a cleanse. Yeah, no, do one. Um, like lemon, apple cider. What you want to do is get your pH levels. I guess. See, I'm just learning all of this, so like I stopped. I'm not drinking coffee anymore because I mean I don't know who can drink coffee without sugar, but not me. So I mean I'm not like completely cutting out sugar, but because like they should be gone with the amount of medication I've taken, and then you end up on horse paste, and then that doesn't sound all that safe, right? But animals are animals. So like when I found this, hang on, I don't know where the camera is, and it's gonna be on delay, but it should be in the picture, is it? When I came across, which way? This is like crazy. The camera. All right. So this says it's made by Merck. So no surprises there. Where the flip is the thing? Somewhere. Good Lord in heaven. If we were trying to not be on the thing, we'd get right on there. So of course it's made by Merck. And okay, hang on, there's a delay, so I have to wait a second. This word right here. No, I don't see it at all. Come on. So now that it's getting nighttime, scoot this way. Is it gonna damage? Over here, over there. It does no good. Oh, it does no good. Why the fuck won't it show up? Like the whole thing. Why are cameras so confusing to me? Like, I don't understand how I don't understand where or what. Why? Just why? Alright, so this is made by Merck. And okay. And it says this word here, which is Fin Bin Dazzle. What they gave me at the hospital that worked was same word, just ow. Like, all right, I gotta wait. My body pushes out shit that doesn't belong. Okay, and that's how if I'm gonna go out here on a limb, not even on a limb. So like, we have like multiples of these. I feel like it's gonna take it a second to show up, or not, or yes. We got, where the fuck is the camera hole? Like, I don't get it. Got those. But, I mean, I had no choice but to get these because medical turns you away. However, fortunately, we're animals too. There's people that's been living off of ivermectin paste for I don't know how long. Or got rid of their cancer with it. And it's all such baloney. It really is. Like, it doesn't even sound believable, this shit. But there's a company that makes this. Give it 15 seconds to see when it pops up. Oh, Lord in heaven. Tears in heaven. Okay, it's like just out of the frame. So is it that direction? This direction. Okay, yeah, no, I can have it. Alright. So this, the Dazzle drugs. And of course it's 444. So this company makes, and it's so weird, this all has happened in like literally no time. Months is what I guess I'm trying to say. And like, you couldn't find fenbendazole anywhere aside from the Tractor Supply warehouse. Okay, there was a company in can we speak? Lithuania? Yeah. And then the ivermectin, so like this is purchasable now, but like that literally changed in a matter of 6 weeks. So they've been very helpful, but they're not cheap. There's people spending like a ridiculous amount of money trying to get their life figured out. And I haven't had much money, but okay, so I guess you're supposed to do like, and I was lucky enough to have the money for a lot of energy healers, which I believe in. But y'all, I do too. I do too. So okay, let me show you something. So okay, so there's those medicines, and if it was exactly what they're saying that it is, then I would be better, right? Which, like, my stool is better. But this is interesting. Waiting for it to show up on the thing because it must, right? Okay, and this is pretty affordable. I was super surprised. This guy in Oklahoma that was dealing with this in like 2002, he said he spent the whole decade of his 40s trying to figure out what the flip was wrong with him. And so that's what it is. And like literally the whole decade of his 40s, like basically surgically getting stuff out of his body that shouldn't be there. And I guess he used potassium, what have you. But this is for like nuclear fallout, like Chernobyl or events like that, right? Which doesn't really, so it's a kit basically, because like what he bought, or at the time, they didn't make, they made it, but in order to take the amount that you would need, I think it might have made him a little sick. I think that some of the meds are more like 100,000%. I could not agree more. Most of them, if not all. Most, if not all. This potassium iodide so had said, like, he said, and it, okay, because I just found all this out, and it's bizarre. So he went through all of his 40s trying to figure this out, and or get himself better, because he was like dying. Shit is messed up. Well, it must be tough creatures if they go right. Thank you, or like, that was weird noise. It feels very targeted, and I also think that's like why I'm often like seeing stupid lights in the sky, and I don't mean like the ones we're looking at right now, but like, anyway, he took some, I guess, potassium iodide, and exactly, we shouldn't need antitoxins. I know. He was taking like way more than he was supposed to, put it that way, or as it was as directed or whatever. But I guess he needed it, and it actually worked. He has this video that says I cured my what have you, and so because I get this could get all over the place. But see, some of like my laziness and my like brain fog is due to this. I just watched this video last night on the video I was telling you about. Angels play the harp and stuff. And there's so much I didn't know about it. And now I'm finding out, and I'm like, whoa. So it seems like, and I might be jumping around here, but it seems to me that since we do already have those fun guys in our body for when we transition to the next place, they're already in there. So it's a really easy way to just slide it right on into the population without even knowing, is in the fungus. And then they're programming, this is what I'm gathering, they're programming this fungus. I notice how much slower I am when I need and accept medical intervention. Yeah, that's factual. Even the dentist makes me feel retarded. Yeah, all of it's kind of crazy. So I feel like they're putting in, it really is like eugenics gone wild. And I feel like it's like part flatworm, aka tapeworm, part jellyfish, because jellyfishes are really stretchy and they have that like blue dye. Part, there's so many freaking things in this stuff that, there's some beetles in there, there's some moth in there, we're like on a roll for all of 1 second. It's so weird. It is weird, Jen. And like, you're trying to like grasp this yourself. Like, this isn't normal. Or just what? And so basically this dude, he got himself better, but like I think he might have got himself kind of like hurt himself too by taking the potassium as much as he took, iodine, whatever the fuck, as much as he did. So once he did get better, he created his very own, which is the product I was showing you just a minute ago for days. But lots of people I've spoken to feel the same now and have walked away from that too. I think you were the last one before that said like feeling super what have you. Yeah, you kind of have to walk away from it. So he, was being a good person, I think, ultimately. And so once he figured out that it did work, he made this kit, and then I like went to watch the videos on like what to expect, because basically the point of the kit is so that you can make it at whatever strength you want this solution without like hurting yourself and without any additives or anything else like that. So $39.95, which I was like, what? Because I've seen like medicines that have the Fenbin, the Ivor, and one more thing in it that is like $150 for 90 pills, and I can't afford that to maybe see if it will work, and everybody's system's different. Me too. Me too. Like my friend Allison, or my new friend, virtual friend Allison, that's in Michigan, going through the same thing as I am, like to the T. Shit's wild. I mean, it's refreshing. I don't know if refreshing. It's nice to have somebody that like knows exactly what you're speaking of. I mean, and but like this is not a fun topic. We have to focus on that and the few good folks trying to help. Exactly. She was like, well, do you think, like, she was like, you know, rightfully so. She was a little apprehensive. Like, okay, so I haven't made that yet, but I need to. Because it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, why would something like for a nuclear fallout help this? Well, the whole time I've been saying it's not natural. It's not, there's no way this is natural. Like, it shouldn't be happening. Like, or a hair from my head shouldn't be able to move, one, and then so they can be like as small as eyelashes, but super lengthy, and they can grow. Like, this is messed up. They're literally like trying to restructure and restructure our DNA basically. And also I just found this out. It's silica, which is crystal, which is quartz crystal, so a form of it. And I mean, quartz makes up everything. So, oh, it's, yeah, you got that right. And feels hella targeted. I'm not even gonna lie on that regard, but I mean, and I like last July I got off of like the heavy opiates and stuff, and I swear like it'll be July 14th. I guess it'll be a year this month, and I mean, I okay, I have pictures, Google Photos, memories that pop up from years ago, like 2019 when I was working still, and I had like a slit cut, like they look like freaking paper cuts on my left eyelid, and I remember like taking care of that. I mean, I remember it when I see the picture, but I don't. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? I don't know. But then it's like all these little things from past that end up amounting to like this one freaking thing. And you don't think much about it at the time. Even last year when I got my eye checkup or whatever to get my new contacts, that's kind of what set things into motion. Is I put my contacts in. They're the kind you can wear for like a month, and I wore them for 4 days, and I felt like it was pinching my eye. So I thought I had slept too close to the heater. That's another thing. I'm in 90-degree weather, but I have a freaking heater going like all the time because I'm often cold. That isn't normal either, I guess. But I thought the heat made it pinch my eye. That's not what happened. I haven't even been able to, all 6 boxes of those contacts, literally not a one has been open, and I was able to keep the contact in my eye for all of 4 days, and I took it out. But and at that eye visit, also, I've always like been able to pretty much read the bottom row of letters, maybe all but one or two, and I could not read it at all. Like, I failed the daylights out of that eye test, and that was oh, because I'm sure you do maybe remember me saying like stuff's always in my eyes, always in my eyes. Well, it got a lot worse, dude. I mean, it's stuff you don't even want to say because it's like, one, it doesn't sound believable. Two, once you do kind of come to terms with it, you have to realize that you're dealing with something not even of this world, which that is literally true. I'm totally bouncing around everywhere, but this guy says he's better. I can see it in the videos that made that product, and he said everybody's asking him how long do I take it for. They only sell, it's like that word direct.com, and they only sell two products, which is the starter kit and the refill kit. And he said, I'm not a good salesman because all you need is $39.95 starter kit and one refill. He's like, you're gonna feel better and you're gonna want to take it more, but like, you don't need more. Like, that is it. So it's supposed to be a 6-month thing and get you all better. Because he was like walking with a cane, having no hair. I guess pulled like a hexagon looking thing out of his body. I mean, just ridiculous. But he's much better now, so that's a relief. And then I am all over the place right now. That he first noticed something in 2002. And I guess, come to find out, there was an outbreak in Washington State, San Diego, California, and the Texas and Florida Gulf Coast. I mean, that fits, but my friend Allison in Michigan, that doesn't really fit there, but people are everywhere. Yeah, it does sound worse. Agreed. There are people that were saying on his thing, because his videos are like 8 years old, and mind you, 2008 is 17 years ago. I had no idea that like Dateline and Inside Edition were doing. I didn't know about any of this, like, because I don't really watch the news. Last to know, Lucy, I guess. He said that, and I guess there were at that time period, and even maybe now, they're saying, well, this clinic in Mexico, because mind you, in the U.S., that's what I was going to also say, many things, but how can it be delusions? They give you this diagnosis of DOP, which is basically delusions of parasite, whatever, cytosis. How is it delusional when you got evidence? You have physical, freaking tangible, testable for that freaking matter, evidence. How is that a delusion? I'm literally handing you something saying, this came from me. But that's like just what you can't say. The Mexico place, there's that word, clinic in Mexico. And they're saying that everybody that has this will test positive for Lyme disease. And like, we know that that's man-made, or I know that now. Shit's just so stupid. It's so many levels to this, and been happening for so long. So that O2 breakout, okay, finally got, like, we're gonna probably have another 08 thing happen, meaning they're gonna have to, like, yeah, lighting indeed. Like, it's messed up when you're like looking at a doctor, and like the last one that I saw, I'm like, can you just look at my eye? And I'm like I took my glasses off. I'm like, like look, like, like not shoving my eye, but shoving that side of my face like over towards her. Like, please, will you just look at my eye? Nope, they won't look. That's like literally, oh my gosh, it is infuriating. And they won't give you an anti-parasitic. Like, I could go get some morphine, for goodness sakes. It's so stupid, before I could get an anti-parasitic. And, okay, so they want you to do the little stool test or whatever. Did that. Came back, oh, everything's fine. Is it now? Because I know when I turned that sample in, the nurses were like, eh. Anyway, then I find out on the CDC website, and, they have to tell it, I believe it, like universal cosmic law, whatever, however we want to look at, which they are effing up with that. Like, they might be really smart at doing things or whatever, but in the grand scheme of things, you cannot just go around doing this to people. So maybe I'm screwed up right now, but like, it's just fucked. You can't get away with that, not at the end of the day. So, okay, so how I believe that they do have to tell us everything. We're just, it's hard to know what to see, and even, yeah. So on the CDC website, it straight up says for like any type of worm, and let me just say, worm is a very broad term. Why is that flashing red in the tree? I don't know. Go check out She Is of the Woods on YouTube. I most definitely will. What is that thing? On YouTube, girlfriend has recipe. Okay. I'm all for it. She is of the woods. Okay. Like I feel like I've kind of learned most of the natural stuff, and it's all pretty much where you got to go back to. And how the hell we got so far away from it in the first place, I will never know. Um, how is it delusion? The conclusion is it is not a delusion, idiots. What is blowing my mind is how delusional y'all are being, and you're the doctor supposedly. Detox tea I make is loosely based on things I learned from her and others like her. Yeah, herbalist, botany, all of that is for certain where it's at. Like I wish we would have never gotten so far away from it. Do I ever? Um, okay, that's also like I did a lot of these remedies. Like I swallowed papaya seeds. I was drinking a tonic every day of apple cider vinegar, lemon, ginger, cayenne pepper. Like if it was a natural what have you, it would have left. So it's not exactly a natural thing. Okay, I'm guessing that was similar. One of the ingredients I just read off. Um, it's it's a crazy world when you're. I mean, when a doctor's you can't even get them to look. If they would look, and then I even okay. So the CDC website. Let me just finish that thought. Somehow I ended up over there, and for like any type of worm, roundworm, whatever, it says under every single one, and it's a very short paragraph, but I feel like here's where they're telling you the actual truth. Like they have to tell us. It says the only way for a diagnosis is for you to provide a sample to your doctor and not to have them send it off to a lab, that's for sure. It says have them look at it under a microscope for an egg count, and if you find one, then you send it to a lab, I guess. It doesn't say that. It just says the only way for a diagnosis is for your doctor, for you to provide a sample to your doctor and them to look at it under a microscope for an egg count. And then it even goes on to say the very same sentence again. This is the only way for a diagnosis. So why are you sending me to Quest Labs, which is what? Just a quest in itself, to go on another circle jerk of no answers? And I told her that, and she's like, well, I'm not doing that, and I don't have a microscope anyway. Okay, I've done dozens of them over the last decade, everything I could find to try and fix myself because the powers that be made me worse. Yeah. Yep. Yes, yes, and yes. And, I mean, if it didn't make you, like one of the because there's not much that can eat through, I guess I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time, carotene or whatever it is. You have Quest up there too. Oh my god, they're terrible. And I feel like the name is telling us everything. Like, be prepared to go on some quest of bullshit. Literally, figuratively, all of it. Like, doctors can't even work out of a prat. Like, yeah, it's redundant. So, like, so yeah, there's that. And I mean, if it says that you need somebody to look at it under a microscope, I think that's what the F it means. Quest is a-holes, dude. Really, really. Me too. I have had a lot of run-ins with them also. Years ago, dude, it's all crazy. If this has taught me anything, which, there were so many, like, go to the hospital, like, moments, because it's like, okay, I'm alright. But then something happened, like something coming out of my eye that should not be coming out of my eye, let's just say, or any place on the body, which, like, no orifice is safe at this point. I have it a little bit under control, but, like, only because I've been intelligent enough, to, like, shit's messed up, man. So it's disguised as like a regular whatever parasite, which try hard. Either way, the carotene, creatine, skin, nail, teeth, well, teeth too. So I feel like in like 5 to 7 years, maybe I'll just be like or I guess maybe second or third generation of slug spitters. Okay, I'm not joking. I wish I was. I'm not joking about any of it. It's so stupid. Like, but this is the thing. They're not actually worms. It's fungus implanted with worms and beetles and everything. Oh my. They dupe me around every time I go. Girl, the last time I went, I was pretty much like crying in the parking lot, waiting on Nathan to come and get me. And I went back in to say, wait, I don't necessarily need the anti-parasitic because like my nails get full of crap and that's a fungal thing. So I was trying to get a damn antifungal. I couldn't even do that. And then it even says you don't need a lab test for that. Like, can you not see that there's shit under my nails? Can you not see there's things like it's retarded? I'm gonna read this book because the way they do me around it. I know. I mean, I figure. And I still feel like that looming threat that if I ignore all of the reminders for appointments, I'll get in trouble. Dude, it is a looming feeling, isn't it? It is. It is. It's so stupid. So, like, yeah, I was, and I mean, and I've told all these doctors, like, I'm on something from the freaking horse store. But there's this guy, Joe Tippins, and see, the doctors are all happy about this. It's so retarded, all of it. Joe Tippins was a cancer patient in 2016. And if you already know about it, stop me, but he had done chemo and radiation, all that jazz. And they had basically told him that to go find hospice, we can't help you type thing. And he was telling this to a friend of his that happened to be a large animal veterinarian. I actually said, what are these lights? They're not always there. Those two lights over there, they're not always there. That one definitely isn't. And I don't know, do something cool then. But okay, so 93 to, well, I was talking like to the light, but I don't know if that's connected. Healthcare people call me periodically. I try to be extremely friendly, but firm is, yeah, me too. Because like going in hot is not going to get you anywhere. But ultimately, like the things that I had bought, which is like the Fenbin and the ivermectin and that up there, which has enough like that'll like, oh my god, like the fog of the brain is real, the thoughts, all of it, it's all very real. I lost where I was, but it's stupid. It's like they're pushing this, and they're, oh, earlier you said something about cancer, so let's talk about that for a minute. That is actually, parasites are the cause of that, because they get in you. You don't know that you have them because they do stay beyond sight, and then they end up like shacking up. Did I just say shack up? Yeah, they end up shacking up, and that creates a cyst. And then what is a tumor other than like an infected cyst? So if we even did like a quarter percentage of what we're doing for animals, for humans, we probably wouldn't be in this damn position. Yeah, messed up. So Joe Tippins, though, is still alive this many years later, and when he went to his next whatever scan, those 93 lung tumors were gone, and he's still alive now. So when they say like it's for horses, it's for animals, and I don't know when everybody forgot that we're animals too. Nonetheless, so when a doctor, because when I first got this stupid horse paste, it was after waiting on that first stool thing to come back from Quest, and the lady said she'd write me the medicine. Your body's been spitting out this for years. See, yeah, multiple surgeries. See, when I went to, okay, I'll get there. When I went to the dermatologist, basically, because like the doctors are so stupid, and you can't even get a doc. Like back in the day, a doctor could teach, preach, practice, whatever, out of his home or out of a public, private, whatever building. It's not like that anymore. Now they are all like they're like all, I think this is everywhere too. It is. They all have to be like part of a clinic. There's like a clinic you gotta, like it's a freaking fitness club. Like, I'll go join this clinic. Get the F out of here. So they're making it hard on them, even if they want to help. They're not going to be able to, I don't think. And even if they do help you, okay, so I was debating on going back to the emergency room the week I was waiting on the stool test to come back. And long story short, when it finally did come back, it's all good in the hood, but but it wasn't. I felt like I had a python wrapped around me. I'm not joking on that. And at that point, I still thought it was tapeworm. So like, I was afraid that was gonna like cut my cervical whatever in my neck off or something. I've asked for an MRI since then. She won't give me that either. You need a referral now for everything, which it's like I've met you 2 times. You'd love how I finally broke up with the movie doctor that kept stabbing me. I made it. Wait, I made it eat. I made something spin. Oh boy. Oh boy. See, that's all she wanted me to do is get a colonoscopy and a freaking the boob thing, mammogram. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I think that's what you mean. Head spin. There we go. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. I'm like thanking my own brain for working. So, yeah, it's so hard to ever remember where the frick I was in my thoughts. And I really have no doubt that this is what took my mom out, because she had respiratory problems already. And I guess the point of this is to like get into your, yeah, his head spin. I have never had a mammogram, and I'm not about to. And I'm definitely not doing the colonoscopy. Nathan just did one, and everything's all good. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Somebody just told me the other day that, like, I knew that Vietnam, that, like, my nails shouldn't chip off, like, however the hell it just did. But, like, things are, I guess this is called the shedding period. Why can I not figure out where the camera is? There, wait, why can we not figure this out? I feel so stupid. I literally do. I feel stupid. Okay, come on. Like, that, whatever, shouldn't be that. Dude, that's sharp as shit. You can't really tell, but like, they're eating my fingernails, eating my, and then these nails will end up like filling up with the weirdest shit. So like, it's messed up, dude. So super messed up. So I guess I'm going through the shedding process, because I saw people refer to it as that, and I didn't know what they meant. Well, I think I know what they mean now. I mean, I guess everything that's in has to come out, but like, it would be really helpful if there was somebody that had more experience at this than myself to tell me what to expect. But there is no one to tell you that, other than other people you find that are going through it or that have been through it. So stupid. So like, yeah, not natural. And they can't help you anyway, even if they wanted. And I don't even know what this is, but it came out of my nail. Like, the amount of stuff. And then it's very like silical and psycho-like. And I mean, why did that just come out of my nail? Like, why did that come from me? Where's the thing? We can't figure it out for shit, can we? I mean, if we can barely figure out how to get our hand into the picture. This way, that way, this little black thing. And it should fall off, right? But how are we so retarded right now? Okay, it did fall off. But that's only because it wanted to. How come it stuck to it? So I don't even want to play. I'm so over playing these games. I never wanted to play said games. Okay? Never wanted to. Never consented to. So done. I don't even know what this is. But I know it's part of me. Yay for me. And you can see how like that pinky fingernail was all gone. And then like in between my fingers, it always get it. Yeah, I'd be talking about it on the daily because it affects me on the daily. People are all like, "You're focusing on it. You're hyper focused." Well, you might be too if fucking stringy shit was coming out of you or little black things, and this thing's hard as a rock. So, and it looks like a shell. But this just came out of my thumbnail, so yay for me, you know? Like, no, not yay for me. I have to say that I experienced some weird things like that years ago when I lived in the city, but it's not an issue now, thank God. I'm glad for you. I think I started intuitively nipping it in the bud by trying to solve my mental health. See, that's what they're trying to do, is just give you, like, antipsychotics and, yeah. And, like, Prozac is not an antipsychotic, but like a SSRI, the selective serotonin re-up and whatever the fuck. And this potassium stuff, the bugs, in parentheses or quotes. Yeah, exactly. But they very much are. I just didn't know they were digital ones, okay? Nobody filled me in on that fucking part. The bugs were bothering me when I was still living down near you, actually. Yeah. I bet so. I bet so. And I know of a lady that I've been talking to that's actually Native whatever, a native tribe from, it's, the spelling of it looks like the word Anunnaki, but it's not the Anunnaki. But, they're in Juneau, Alaska, but she's in Maine. I wouldn't be shocked if that area. Oh, girl. Well, see, I don't even want to fucking look at this thing and play with it, but it's like in the toilet paper and it can like connect the dots, blah, 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 blah. Like, it can do things. It's fucking stupid. And actually, I should just not fuck with this at all because this is what I can see, but like, what's going on here that I can't see? Okay, that comment there. You're very correct. And I will say the summer before, not last summer, but the summer before that, so too, and they're very, like this thing would hurt. It did kind of hurt this came out of my thumbnail. How is that possible? Does anybody? Yeah, okay, because it's not correct. So that's why, I don't want to play with this. I just, you never know what you're going to get. Like, Forrest Gump, my face. Something weird was happening there during the divorce. Weird enough, I know it. Okay, yeah, okay. See, that's saying something. You're saying it was even, like, with your mind. And see, that's also what I was saying about, like, the cut on my eyelid. That, like, a memory popped up. I was working. When you're working 40 hours plus, what have you, you are too busy to notice any of this shit, really. Or if you notice it, like, very small, but, like, not like you should. And that's your point right there. Even though, like, sometimes this lightning will hop right in the room. It's bizarre. So even going through everything you were going through at that period, which I know was even more than what you just typed, you were still able to pick up on something not right. Yeah. And that's saying something. And that's kind of why I brought up my whole noticing these cuts on my eyelid, because now there's like a white lump on my eyelid, although I don't know if it's there right now because I got a bunch of things out of it, or not a bunch of things, a thing. They're kind of like, how would I explain it? Like a button, or they're hooked onto you. And I have had chicken pox, so it's almost like any place I ever had a chicken pox scar goes into. Dude, I feel like another black one is coming out my nail any time. Like, it's messed up to feel movement and shit like that. It is not. I was gonna say it's not there. It is there. Um, and then it makes you angry. Oh, crap. So I was starting to tell you one thing. So yeah, for you to notice it, okay, Florida being a place. Florida being a place. 2 summers ago, before this was keeping me up all day and night, um, every night around 11, between 11 p.m. and 7 in the morning, and I mean, it would take them a minute to get started, but, and I might have said something about this to you before, I don't know, but, it was like they were working underground, underneath me, right? Like my whole trailer, one end would shake. It was almost like somebody was mowing the grass, but underground, but not mowing the grass, but like that's kind of how it, I don't know how, that I know how mowing the grass feels, but how it sounds or something like that. Like, so like my end of the trailer would be like my TV out, would be vibrating, etc. And then it would go to like the middle and then over to Nathan's end, and I would be trying to wake him up. Like, I mean, you could clearly hear something underneath, like machinery moving around. Okay, back to your test site shit. Not shit, but your test site comment, because, dude, I don't. Did you hear about the Idaho booms this past year? Because that's when I finally figured out what was going on. I guess there were these sonic booms that kept happening in Idaho. And this is just very recent. And then also in Kentucky, like all over the U.S., 19 different places to be exact, because, all right, so 2 summers ago, I think it was 2 summers ago, this was happening every night between like 11 p.m. and it was like a work crew, and you could even hear voices. Like, you could hear people fucking talking. And sometimes it would wake me up, but Nathan is a really hard sleeper, so eventually though, like it would sound like because the highway's right there out the window, and I was looking up like Florida Department of Transportation to see, like, are they working on the highway, because that's what it sounded like a jackhammer thing, and they would be working on the highway but not anywhere near me. So, and sometimes they weren't working on it at all. So that, I mean, that it's been a lot of process of elimination, put it that way. So that eliminated that, and then finally one night, like, Nate's head was like bumping up against the wall, and that woke him up. And I'm like, this is what I've been telling you I'm hearing. The dude I was dating said that they had the booms in Flushing and Flint the year before I moved back. Interesting. Okay, interesting. We had a sonic boom alert. We didn't get it, but where Nathan's from in Lakeland, they got a text phone sonic boom alert. But what does that even mean? Like, I don't know how to prepare for that, or what you're even supposed to do. You're supposed to hide under your school desk? It's ridiculous. So, okay, these booms. I guess they were happening a bunch in Idaho this last year, and like I saw a video on it, and I didn't even know what I was watching, but the lady was like trying to put her hand onto their like fence, and the fence was vibrating so much. See, I feel like right tonight might be. Oh, there was my hand. What was I going to show you my hand for? It's so fucked up I can't even remember. Oh, she was just trying to touch the fence, but like, and she had this big diamond ring on, so I remember that. But you could, until she touches it, you don't realize that the damn thing is like shaking like nobody's business. I didn't put that video together with our shaking because this was Idaho, and it's like, looked like farm, what the hell was that? Looked like farmland and different than here. But fast forward to this video I'm watching. So I'm complaining like every night. I can't get any sleep because they're literally like working underneath me, is what it sounded like. And even Nathan said that. So I'm watching like one of those, some video on some guy that like captures oddities or whatever. They're talking about the sonic booms of Idaho, and they show that like fence and the lady with the diamond. What is this fucking thing? We already know, but I still don't understand it all. And then this lady with red hair pops into the screen and says, if you've been having sonic booms or feeling vibrations and or hearing things that you shouldn't, look on the map to see if you live near any of these 19 military bases. And they put the map up, and I knew as soon, like, they put a map of the U.S. up, and they didn't mark which were the places yet, but I knew as soon as she said that, I knew my freaking area was going to highlight. And sure enough, wait, where did you go? Okay. Sure enough, it did. And she goes on to say that, and this is the narrative that they're putting out, so I don't know how much I believe this, like, exact thing, because it's all, see, and, like, I have to put my glasses on to even read that, which is fine, but, like, that's when I start to kind of, before Hitchhiker's Guide, don't panic, and don't forget your towel, like, I'm starting to understand that whole bit more, because, like, all I know is you don't want to try to put, like, toilet paper in your, like, clearly not in your eye, but, like, you don't want to use it to rub your eye, because they'll grab that, too. There's been some crazy shaking up here this week, but it's hard to say if I'm feeling nearby highways, the lake waves, or jet rumble. See, and you're being logical about it too, but logic isn't involved in this one equation. Last week, I knew it was jets because of the area, but right here, I don't know. Okay, so where, yeah, I know what you're saying. That's how I've been feeling about the sounds of the stupid whatever going, and it's 4th of July, so that's awfully convenient, I feel. Because if you needed to make a bunch of noises, or were gonna, today would be the day, or whatever. Okay, so, come to find out, and this is like Googleable, you can Google it. They're saying that China bought up 19 parcels of land all around major, good God, like some of it's black, this one's white. They don't discriminate. And that's what was ruining all my stuff that I thought was carpet beetles and then that I thought was moths. No, it's this shit. It'll eat anything. Literally anything. Nothing is off fucking limits. So, they're saying that the Chinese bought up 19 parcels of land near major military bases. We, of course, have a base not far, MacDill. And my area was highlighted. Yay! So, not yay, but it at least gave me an answer. Like every day I know when it's my time because, well, my body, they know. It's so messed up. And so, if I don't have the ivermectin, well, there's no ground movement today that I have felt, but I clearly hear the fireworks. Yeah, 100%. I haven't felt any ground movement today either. But, and I don't want to. But, yeah, so, like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Why would we let our supposed, like, enemy purchase up land by military bases? Doesn't that sound like a little compromising or whatever? Yeah, it does. And that doesn't make sense, but this was one of the 19 places. There was only one other place in Florida, and it was directly to the East Coast, like almost parallel, so whatever, Fort McBiggleson over there. Anyway, so that explains that. You also, well, sort of. So, I mean, they're even saying that they're digging, like, making tunnels or whatever, QJ, blah, 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 QJ dreamers for, like, all the things. It's so crazy to me how much of what he says is now, like, mainstream news. Yeah, exactly. Who was in charge of that sale? I don't know. What realtor company was that? Yeah. It often makes me wonder too, like how much enemies are we really? I don't know. I think that's more propaganda. It's hard to tell the damn difference. So yeah, and okay, Florida being yeah, that's why I'm like, is that even true? Like I know that something was happening underground because the whole summer, like this house would, and it was like it was a work crew too. Like 11 p.m. I'd start to hear noises by, or say I forgot the timing and I'm watching whatever, doing whatever. All of a sudden you start to hear it, and it would take like time to climax to it's like whatever machinery they're using down there in Florida. That um, but let's say I'm not paying attention to, or whatever, I would finally feel or hear whatever, and then look at the clock, and it'd be like, I don't know, maybe like 12:17, like well pat, like once they have to come in and like get everything started. I don't know. It's more than I want to know really. But okay, so that's that. So in regard to test stuff, also when I first moved down here, I was in a little baby fender bender car accident, and I think that there was an experiment on opiates down, I mean, all over the country, but definitely in Florida because the early 2000s, people were driving down here, like pain management was prescribing, so, which kind of how all of, I've already lost 20 years to give or take to all of that due to doctors, like saying, oh, yeah, you need this. And when you're like 20, 21, 20, 21, 22, which I was, you're not going to like disagree with the doctor. And you think it's kind of cool and stuff to be all faded and not know what's what. Well, it isn't. But you don't know that at the time. So, like, half this shit's their fault to begin with. White coats telling you what you need to know. Okay, so the point of that, though, was that, and that's such a joke to me, too, because when some of these things come out of the body, which it's silica, by the way, and Siesta Key, as we both know, 99% quartz sand, and I already knew that quartz does run everything, but this is like a silica replicating whatever. Um, the guy that, oh, you can look his channel up. He's on YouTube called The Unknown Cat. The Unknown Cat is the shit. That's the guy that made that product. And like he said that like by 2012 he knew he was on his own. I know I'm totally all over the place, but he knew he was on his own by then. And he said it didn't seem like anybody else was coming out with, he thought everybody that had it like had it, but then he said it's been like people coming out in waves. So like I feel like he cured himself like about 8 years ago. I could be wrong, but they push the drugs so hard in the athletics communities too. Yeah, exactly. That's the real whatever gimmick, if you ask me. And now, like when I actually like could, uh, the, I could have used like some hydrocodone because this shit was painful coming out. Not a bunch, just a little bit to go through this fucking process. And I asked that doctor lady for like a very small amount, and because these come out my gums too, dude, out my mouth, out. There's nowhere that's safe. I mean, like on your body. So I feel like early 2000s it was and like right now I'm just like rubbing my face and just things come out. Like it's ridiculous. And the jellyfish is definitely involved because it's messed up. So like for a while I was like thinking, okay, am I just like X-Men movie here? Like am I mutant? Like what the fuck is going on? I'm either about to like turn into a damn mantis being and be taken up on a ship, or something else is happening, and it seems like something else is happening. I often also am wondering when they blew up the Georgia's whatchamacallit, did they blow those up because they had put out enough other strains of this, that, and the other that they know they'll have their population? Just a thought. because just a thought. It is more than a thought. Because I guess the whole whatever 19 on that Danny Jones podcast with Jack Cruz, the exiled neurosurgeon. It's like 4 hours long. Sounds like WW3 outside, but no. Oh. Are you seeing pretty fireworks, by the way? Or probably. See, it's not even that loud here, but I think that's because it's all socked in. But I think they wanted to, I don't know. I think they wanted to get everybody hooked on opiates, and they successfully pretty much did that. And I will just say that in the early 2000s anyway. And, yeah. And then now, when I'm asking for a few, like, Vicodin for actual, like, real deal, because it's medicinally needed, they don't want to, and I'm like, it's, like, laughable to me, because, oh, I'm like, oh, well, that's, like, the newest thing, is that there's a bunch of red shit coming out of my head, because whatever this is doing, because also I looked up, or I Googled at one point in time, because these things will, there's like multiple things, and I felt like it was two things happening to me last year, and I might have even said this to you. I was trying to figure out why Nathan wasn't reacting the way I was, and the only thing I could think about is that I was always outside. Like right now, God only knows what's in my eyelashes. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm enjoying talking to you and catching up. I can take or leave the fireworks. You did? Oh, that's scary. It's interesting that you say that right then and there, because I was about to say that if you want to go enjoy the fireworks, I'll gladly, you know what I mean, go do what you want to, enjoy yourself type thing. But it's been good talking to you. I've always been super afraid of fireworks, like being too close or like something like that. So I'm guessing it was not. I feel like maybe you did tell me this. What was it? Like a bottle rocket thing, too close type deal? I'm curious if you did tell me this story, or if I'm actually just remembering something else. But so ultimately, I found some black and white footage. So that means it's old. She says. And, ew. And she was saying to bathe in baking soda, like a pound of it, and sea salt. Same kind of thing as this potassium iodide, whatever, which they abbreviated as SSKI, which looks a lot like an SSRI. Yes, I had a scar on my back, my neighbor, damn, and for decades, because he pulled off oh boy, for real, that's messed up. He pulled off something, I'm gonna guess, too soon, or something to that effect. Because it's all of this, even the friggin' fireworks, I feel like, because he pulled off the burning fireworks along, oh my god, jeez Louise, that's rough. So it was like melting into you. Wow. How old were you? Are you like kid or like teenager? I'm gonna say the younger you were, the better. That's messed up. No, I didn't know that. Good God. So his handprint was there. Jesus. That's intense. In a roundabout way, these things absorb into your skin too. Smell gave me PTSD too. I can watch now. And then, yeah. And what do you think this is doing to, like, I don't know, the people that have been to war, or most dogs don't like it, most animals don't like it. Like, it is a bit jarring. It's a bit, and then why is it like most states they're illegal, but everybody comes to town and like sells them? That's a whole thing. It's so ridiculous. All of this is just so stupid. Like, it's so stupid. Were you a kid? You said kid, so I'm gonna guess kid. Like, this is fucked up though, like what's happening right now to me. And that's messed up if that happened to you, but it was accidental. It's not like anybody set out to. I didn't mean if that came out like I didn't mean it any type of way, except for it was good that it was an accident and not on purpose. Which, yeah, fireworks being like this is stupid. I'm so done like filming things and looking at things. And you're fortunate that like I'm glad somebody was there to help you. Like I've always been super scared of them. Good God. Like these things used to move a little bit last year. Now they're much bigger. And it's like they twitch or like shake. And it's just freaking annoying. Some nights are like a rave, some are not. Like meaning like boom, 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 like crazy stupid with activity. So I did end up asking Google, like, so what are these? What the fuck is this in my hand or in my tissue that came out of my nail? Like, what the fuck is up with that? So clearly it's fungal, but they don't want to deal with that either, I guess. I don't know. Because I went back in to say all this stuff is coming out of my nails, yada yada. And I tell them that I'm on the freaking fenbenzidol. And they're all happy about Joe Tipton's story, and none of them have ever said, you better stop taking that. Not a one. Not a flippin' one. Isn't that interesting? So, you know, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Nobody should have to live like this. And then, like, you're, like, picking things out of you, or, I mean, these are big things. This is not small. So that black thing came out. This thing came out. It isn't little. That's pretty damn big. I feel like I'm holding it in the right position, but I have to wait a few seconds. Or don't wait a few seconds. So wait, which way? Ugh. This way? Yes, that way. So where is this dumb thing at? Oh, he's right there on the edge. And it's big enough. It's big the fuck enough is what I'm saying. And so, and it looks like there's one coming out my nails right there too. Like, why is my nail black like that? Oh, that one fell. Love it. Now that's a firework. I'll give you that. But yeah, to like, hang on, let me put this thing down. This motherfucker right here always makes me think of Cat Williams. So it's just stupid, Jen. And from what I can understand, it is scary. It is scary, dude. It's stupid scary. I don't know what this is gonna do, but I'm waiting on the stupid delay thing. It's so dumb. And it's like, okay, you're cleaning up and everything, but what's the point? It's like, I mean, not what's the point. You have to do it a lot. Because, I'm trying to wait for it to work. The black one's in here too. So, like, these things are messed up. And in between, like, my fingers, yeah, better out than in. You're so right. Little did I know that statement would be of such, whatever. But yeah, it's gross. I was trying to see it myself because, like, my nails are not supposed to be that short. Okay, this, because I have this on my fucking television. Where am I? Why do I not understand what cameras see and don't see? Can anybody answer that for me? I don't know. We can add this to it. Where the fuck is that thing? There's red stuff coming out of my head. Alright, I almost had it. But I don't have it. Is it upright? Okay, better out than negative. Salt water draws things. I didn't know that. I did not know that, actually. Did not know that. But I will say, I guess it's 2 summers ago now, whenever we went to Rainbow River, I'm doing terrible on this whole filming situation. Fall, fine, do that. Whenever we went to Rainbow River, we stayed at a hotel and they had a saltwater pool. And I had marks like all next to my eyes because, yeah, I was pulling the shit out of my eyes. Is this dumbass in the picture? No. Anyway, they can eat anything. Plastic. And then metal. You name it. So stupid. And, just dumb. Covering my eyes a little. Yeah, salt will dry them out like a motherfucker. Okay, yeah, let me not show you then. She said I'm covering my eyes. So stupid. So that's where I'm at. Castor oil is really good. Colloidal silver. And like, I was gonna have an exterminator come, right? But you know, this is when I'm like thinking it's parasites, which I mean, it is pretty invasive and annoying. So I would call that like a parasite when something's foreign and in your body and you don't want it to be. Shit's stupid. It's not comfortable. Some of it's painful because it is silica. No, I won't show you no more. But you might be covering your eyes regardless. But then you also get these like stupid headaches, sinus style headaches. It's very much mine is very much centered. It's everywhere, but like on my face. And you get these sinus headaches because it's pressure. Even when my hair was cut, it still hurt to turn my head from left to right. And I remember asking the lady why. Like, how is something not in me if it's just stupid? So I feel pretty fortunate that, like, I've had enough sense to, like, it sounds weird to be like, that I had enough sense to get some horse paste going on, okay? But, I mean, I do feel kind of fortunate. So, since it's nighttime now, things are just gonna start exiting my body. It's real fun. It's not real fun. So, from what I did read, and it has been nice catching up, the Fin-Bin and the whatever is like a year process, a year to get all this shit out. And the peroxide, or not peroxide, but the potassium, salt, magnesium is so important. Probably other things could go into your tub to help draw them out and kill it. I guess boron, aka borax, will actually get rid of it. Or I don't know that we ever get rid of it, but that is exactly how cancer does happen. 100%, I believe. And that's why they don't want to talk about like a real parasite, but because I was even thinking, I was like, is it possible for a tapeworm to have parasites? Like, what the fuck is going on here? And I did ask Google, like, what are these hair-like structures that look like hair but that move? But I didn't even know how to, like, what's the word? To, like, ask that question, really. So the AI was like, did you mean yada yada? And yeah, borax. I guess people are drinking it, not like in a large amount. I guess the 1/8 of the 1/8 of the an eighth of a teaspoon is the FDA's maximum consumption or whatever. But this scientist guy that is on that podcast I was telling you about on Rumble said when you're maybe it's a pinch, like a baby pinch in a liter of water 3 times a day. That might be correct. But the information's on there, and it's just a lot. It's a lot to process. Like, and the very first article I read on this, the very first time I even heard about the stupid M word, which I guess dates back to like 1644. Come again? Like, what? Okay, and so, yeah, the borax, boron, what have you, will work. Because I was wondering, like, why the diatomaceous earth wasn't working, because that will knock pretty much anything out. Anything except for two things, earthworms and caterpillars. Which is why on December 30th, when I did end up at the ER, I thought I had moths. I was like, moths or whatever. You don't even really see bugs around here anymore because they're all screwed. And it's next level fuckery. It really is. The very first article that I ever read on this was like on one of those Kiora sites, and it was just somebody giving their testimony to what they had been through. Yeah, 16, exactly. Yeah, yeah. There's sketches of these like insect looking things. Ow. I'm gonna have to take an allergy pill because they will make me absolutely insane. Um, that a French king, Francis something I think, and not Bacon, but and like I thought like these wet wipes would be helpful, but they're not because I'm like waiting for them to show that new thing, but they're not. Anyway, they're just wet wipes is the point. But like they're fabricy, so they like that. Like it's so stupid. Like it is so stupid. I'm saying it all the time. Like how stupid do we gotta be? Like I mean, this is just my hand right here, right? And let's see if it comes into the picture. I have no idea if it will. I mean, it should. And you're like, no, close my eyes. But I don't even know what we can see, but it'll be like splinters just coming out my hand. So I'm not gonna make it look. But I mean, I couldn't even line it up anyway. Nonetheless, this is some fucking next level stupidity that I don't got time for. I don't have time for this shit. And I really have no doubt at all that that's what took my mother out now because, hello, the last thing she told me is that she was, something was biting her under her skin. She cut all her hair off and she was begging me to look at her cooch. And, well, I won't even go into all that, but I mean, like I said, no place is off limits. So that's a whole full fucking circle thing. And then genetic markers and blood types has got to be why this isn't affecting Nathan the exact same way. However, I will say, when we first moved here, his hand went like eczema city. Like, where did this come from? I don't know. Like, that's pretty dark. On my fingers and my hands. For the love of money. That is quite a delay. I never noticed so much, but... And I can't figure out how to operate a camera very well. Oh, when we went to Rainbow River, I had never been in a salt... It never makes it into the frame, I don't think. I had never been in a saltwater pool. But... Yuck. And then sometimes they're not ready to exit. So it's like you have to wait on them. Lovely. Not lovely. They had a saltwater pool at the hotel, and I spent like the whole what have you in it. And I didn't know if it was that or the springs, but it did clear shit up. So thank you for saying that because I kind of, ow, the side hurts. I kind of always just thought it was the springs. But if that's good to know that salt pulls things from the body. I mean, I know salt water is, I don't know what the hell that light is flashing over there. I know that salt water is like good for the body and like is also kind of an antibiotic, sort of kind of like a natural one. Speaking of, like I have some colloidal silver, thank God. Like somebody from the YouTubes, like I kid you not, my virtual friends have been more helpful to me. I mean, basically my virtual friends are all I got right now. I used to have extensive eczema too. It also has gone away since doing, okay. See, I never had eczema. Nathan never had it. But the moment we moved in here, his whole, like, only one hand got nasty. I haven't had a flare-up of any kind in years. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. See, I just had a biopsy done because I'm like asking a woman to for an MRI to make sure there's not a snake around my neck. This shit's so stupid. But I didn't. And then, okay, so I've been carrying on like a motherfucker. It's not natural, or even just saying it's nano. But then, like, I didn't know what all that damn meant, if that makes sense. And so that video that I keep referencing on Rumble, which actually I went live last night because I was like freaked the fuck out after. And so I went live, and the videos on my channel, but like it's a 4-hour thing. It's like the last 40 minutes of the 4 hours. Anyway, it's just stupid. It is so stupid. And like nobody is gonna believe you. I mean, like they're not. So Nathan's hand got really gnarly, but I didn't. But then I know, like, there's so many little things now that I look back and I'm like, oh, what was that? Or like, oh, this was that. I just didn't know it as much. So, yeah, fun in the sun. Stupid is what it is. I mean, I guess it's real smart. I mean, that's one way to like, oh, that Cure guy's testimony. He said you need 4 doctors working in tandem, and in order to like even get the medicine. And it was albendazole that he got. And when I finally went to the hospital, that's what they treated me with in the hospital. However, my discharge papers do not say they treated me with anything. And my discharge papers also say that they diagnosed me with pinworm, not with tapeworm. Which, that's a little sus. Same virtual friends, but I've been good. Like meeting some of them this year. Yay, I'm glad to hear. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, it's interesting how it all ends up working, virtual and this and that. But so like, yeah, so I don't know where I was going with any of it, but it's a lot, and it's a lot to process. And then if you're trying to tell somebody about it, or like Nathan, okay, so Nathan responds differently than I do, and now I'm starting to like see bites on his leg, and his hair like stuck straight up like buckwheat in the middle or whatever. And then I was telling him that can't trust anything. So stupid. I was waking up with hair like something about Mary, which doesn't make sense at all. And Nate knows me 19 years. Like, oh, that's just your calic. I'm like, when did this calic start? Like, no, it's not. And come to find out, like, it seems like all the it seems like there's little tweaks and differences everywhere, but ultimately, yeah. And I guess their goal is to, no, I figured it was that or something. No, you can't. And isn't that sad? I mean, you don't even have time to be sad with this shit. And pretty soon it's going to happen to them. Like, pretty damn soon. So even my own roommate and friend, and could have maybe even been my husband if I would have been not very smart. He didn't even believe me, and he lives here. And even like, dude, I was like, Family Guy, if you ever seen that, there's this character, the greased up deaf guy. I'm often like him, but like with the castor oil, and like I had to live in that shit for like a few months. And now that it's summer again, woo, here we go, yay. It's a lot to process, and then you're feeling weird, and then you got all these freaking things coming out of you, but they're like shiny, so like you know that they're alive because it has like a shine to it. But the shit's all over the outside of the neighborhood, all over the neighborhood. It's not just my neighborhood. It's jacked. And so yeah, when I went live last night at 3 a.m. or whatever, I was showing this random shit that I find around my house and these blah blah blah. But the AI said, it was like, oh, did you mean a hair? What looks like a hair that moves? I'm like, yeah, bitch. How did you know? They're like, oh, that's a dematode. I'm like, a what? DEMATODE. Sounds more like a demon toad I never wanted to kiss, okay? I'm like, what the fuck is a demon toad? And then that brings me to something else, and it's like, we stopped using these in the 50s, and I'm like, what? Oh, I never did finish Kiora Guy's report. He was saying you need 4 doctors working in tandem, albendazole, because when they did give that to me in the hospital, I kept asking her how to spell it because I had seen it on that thing. And she was like, do you want to just keep the bottle? And I was like, yes, please. That's the only proof that I even have because, like I said, I didn't even know that the discharge papers were going to be falsified or whatever. And they even told me, like, yeah, your thing's wrong, kind of like they didn't have a tapeworm button that day or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, it's a bit. I think I was very fortunate to even get that damn doctor that day. For real, like for real, for real. She even when she told me, she said she was like, "Just be glad I know worms." And I was like, "Okay." Like I was just so happy for somebody to believe me. But I went there initially for blood work as well as obviously help. But I was so relieved to have somebody believe me that I didn't even get the blood work. However, my friend that took me did have enough sense to say, what are you basing her diagnosis off of? And she said her symptoms. So there you go. But that and the medicine she gave me, did help. And I went and stayed at a friend's house, so I didn't even come back here for 2 weeks and 5 days. And a lot of things did get better, but what never left was the whatever the flip going on under my scalp and my hair. So, with all of that said, I followed that visit up with my general practitioner, my old one, and I did the research and found this stuff called praziquantel. Because it pretty much, how convenient or random is it that in 2011 they took most of these drugs off the market here in the U.S. and UK basically. So there's that. And also, I think this is exactly what Santos's itch video was about. Because when it's like I have a web all over my body and stupid. So baking soda is helpful, and like making a volcano baking soda with and then pour vinegar, that will definitely do some shit. It's just nobody should have to live like this and like literally question their sanity. And then when I'm trying to like, okay, Kiora Guy, he ended his thing with, you need all the doctors working in tandem, blah blah blah. This is the medicine I took, but I'm still spitting out worms. And I was like, oh my god, that sounds disgusting. And technically it isn't a worm, it's a stupid fungus. But everything I've read, Jen, I kid you not, has pretty much come to be. So I feel like my background with eating lots of psychedelics and all that, even multiple decades ago, is kind of helpful because I just opened this allergy pill and it literally just flipped out of the package to right here. Okay, good. The allergy, I don't know, dude. So I finished that thing, that story, but I was like, what? I was thinking to myself, what are you talking about? But it's happening. It's fucking happening. A year for the fenbendazole and the ivermectin, I guess, route. But this, whatever, the skeet, I'm calling it, because it's SSKI. KI for the potassium. That's a 6-month situation, which sounds better than a year. And then you would wonder why you needed something for a Chernobyl-like event. Ugh, that pill had, that allergy pill. Ew. I must have just tasted the dye or something. Yeah. The fog of the brain is real. The insomnia, and I guess they were saying ultimately it's to debilitate you to the point where you can't go to work anymore. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You can't do shit. And then you feel like a freaking outcast. You are one, kind of. I don't know. So yeah, Florida experimental place. This area in particular, yeah, and apparently it's China's underground. Remember, dig a hole deep enough, you'll make it to China. I mean, little things like that don't stay around for no reason. Or like people were scared to sail off the side of the freaking plane that we were on. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I wonder why. And then like trying to get better here and everything. So it's kind of because it's also taking over the house. So I was like thinking it's mold, it's whatever. Go, but it's a fungus. It's definitely among us. It's affecting everybody a little bit differently, but for the most part, same shit. And literally nothing is safe. I mean, when I say that, like whatever material. And then now I've been noticing like the headlines lately are all what's the word? Talking about this, that, and the other. Like some lady that died from some brain-eating amoeba from water, just stupid stuff. But they're gonna have to address this again soon, ultimately, and that's kind of what I meant with the 2008. It's gonna have to happen again. It's because this is another lawsuit and a half shell. You can't just go do this to people, not tell them, and then like, yeah, it would be nice to know that like, yeah, it's normal. Well, I don't know how any of this is normal, but I mean, if they've known about it for 17 years, somebody knows. And then dumbass Mr. Gates shows up on my stupid TV again. So, back in the zeitgeist, back in the whatever. So, it'll make you feel very, I mean, you can't be very sociable. You don't really leave your house. I don't. And, oh, back a year ago, I was, the only thing I could think of, rather, that was different between Nathan and myself was that I would be outside during shit like this, and he wouldn't be. So whatever they were dropping from the sky, and or the supposed rain, was making me ill. But I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer at all. I'm really not. It's just it's a inconvenient truth. There you go, algorithm. It is an inconvenient fucking truth. It is. So that makes me feel like I need to check on Alice. Of course, that's her name. What else would it be? And this girl's like a girly girl that wears makeup and all that kind of stuff. And I remember saying like, this must really suck for somebody like that. I didn't mean anything by it. I just meant like that really cares about their looks and everything. But now I'm kind of starting to think maybe it's worse for me because they're like at least used to doing like skin regimens and this, that, and the other, where I'm not used to doing shit, so I have to get used to doing things, whatever. I don't know how that came out, but it came out however it came out. And then let's see, why was I concerned with the time? Why was I concerned with the time? So yeah, so it's all, everything is all very fucking real. I don't want to do the computer chip looking mother effers. I don't know. I don't know, man. But, oh, and also in that guy's story, there was like 36 replies, and I figured some of them would be like, lay off the drugs, bro, or something like that. None of them were. The very first one was like, contact the CDC or the WHO or whatever. And then all the other ones were people like saying, with pictures that like would match mine and things of that nature, and stories I could have wrote. That was eerie. And they're all like, and they were all like going through the motions, going to this doctor, going to that doctor, doing all the things. I kind of didn't do all the things because I thought I got myself better last year, but nope. So I didn't follow up with, which I think actually worked out quite the way it was supposed to, because then I'd have that DOP thing following me around, and ultimately it's really, it's a battle out here for sure. And I don't know how people are still going to work and doing, like, raising families. They're not. Matter of fact, this shit is ripping families apart because, like, one spouse doesn't believe the other spouse. It's like, it's way too perfectly designed. Like, hats off to you guys. Good for you. Yay. Like the article, one of them said, I thought this was eradicated in the 70s, and the general what have you is to cause hysteria. Well, let me tell you, it would do that. It does that. Does that. I can get pretty damn hysterical myself. See, that sounded more like a cannon, but maybe it was fireworks. Who knows? And so that's an update on me. Probably a pretty good one. And I'm not sure if you're still there, but I feel like you are. But it was good talking and catching up, and I'm super stoked that you're like out enjoying yourself and living your life. I'm slowly but surely getting back to that. So what's 6 months from now? Fun. I mean, I guess I'm built for this. I don't know, but no. At the same time, I don't think so. It's messed up, and I don't want to be too whatever the word is. Too over the top. It is over the top though. Like it sounded weird. It sounded weird. Well, have a good rest, Miss Jen. Whoa. I was like, what came on TV? On TV. So we were watching for lightning and stuff. I don't know that we did catch some for sure. But no, it was good to catch up with you. It was good to catch up with you, sister. Big progress for you. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. So, like, I guess knowing is half the battle, so they say, right? So, now I know. And I'm still learning every damn day. What was that? Cannon? It often sounds like a pirate style cannon going off. I mean, I don't think that was a freaking firework. I'll just say that. I'm gonna probably have to plug my phone in, all that jazz. And I also feel like I should check on Allison. Good God. It is nice to have somebody that can relate to what the flip you're going through. We'll say that. Like, but often she's messaging me in hysterics, like, look what, blah, 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 blah. So much up. I feel like I'm living in a Lucy's House of Horrors, and horror is not even my genre. Not my genre at all. So this hurricane, yay, Ron, yay. Hopefully it won't be too bad. But, yeah. So I need to make this solution. I really do. And it's basically a management situation. Managing the management. Not fun. I feel like now that, I don't know what, all you see is a window. I have to turn the light off, so I don't know how well this is even working anymore. Unless it's lightning. Okay, glasses gotta come back off because, yeah, wear contacts. I always said I never would do that in the first damn place. I was like, I don't want some government issued thing on my eye. But here we are. Yeah, here we sit. Good God Almighty in heaven. Just like, I don't know the half of it, and I know a good portion. Whatever the flip that means. Alright, let me see who messaged. But like, it's hard to even grab anything right now. And then also the what have you is neurological stuff. I feel half the time like a Tourette's person, like hollering and shouting. Stupid. And then the water, the bath kind of irritates it. And they're smart. Like, if you start to like try to get them off of one side of your whatever, or one area, let's just say your ear or your eye or whatever, they'll start attacking you somewhere else. And they're like Transformers, where they so messed up, man, where they can be separate You can have a chunk of them, break them apart. They can be separate. They can go back together, and that's ultimately what they do. They just kind of like a aphid for like plants. Whatever they eat, they become. The fuck? Like I could have went my whole entire life without finding out anything like that. Really could have. Would prefer to. So another story time with Lucy, I guess. Ugh. This is like an alarm clock. I mean, I've never been so happy for the sun to rise in the morning in my mofo life. Never have I been so happy for the sun to rise. However, sometimes they don't even give a shit. It's fucked up. And it's very hard to navigate these uncharted waters. So, like, you better have an open mind and you better have discernment to use because, good God. And don't go run. It's so messed up to be like, the doctors aren't going to help you. What in the fuck? And I even had a friend that was like, Lucy, go there when your stuff is like actively what happened to you. You can't deny it then. Yes, they still can, dude. They still can. And I guess when they did do the testing for all this, they tested it against like everything in the FBI, whatever the heck it's called, and it literally came back as no cotton, no nylon, no linen, nothing we already have or have knowledge of. That's also super fun. Okay, I'm gonna end this stream because before it's too late. Good Lord in heaven. Where's messed up? So hopefully this is like the purging of it all, and I need to incorporate some salt also, it sounds like. Other than that, live another day, but like, it makes you so damn like tired and lethargic, so it's not that I've just been like lazy. And that program that I watched last night was saying that like it's because I'll like have to pee or something, and it's like you're trying to get rid of something or cleanse your body out. If you have to pee, you should get up and go pee, right? I'll like sit here like an idiot for like, I don't know, sometimes hours, and like I know that like I'll get stuck places. That was happening to me like last year because even that when we evacuated for the hurricane and went to Nathan's family's house, I remember getting stuck out on his porch for like hours. Like you just get stuck places, or you're not yourself. Ultimately, you're not yourself. And now I kind of know why, but I didn't know the extent of all of this. I still don't, but I'd really rather not know any more about it. Period. Like, yeah, happy 4th of freaking July, right? Freedom? Freedom. I won't let you down. Freedom. So you got to give what you take. Well, I don't know, man, but anyway, okay, I guess that's not a very good view, is it? I would be without the light, but y'all can't see shit. Well, okay, so, speaking of, it's about that time. I have to go handle this. It's so ridiculous. It really is. And if this shit's supposed to be microscopic, why isn't it? I mean, because things are progressively changing, that's why. That is why. Okay, let me check and see who messaged and all that, and handle my stupid business. It is ridiculous. Redundant. A lot of it is redundant. I would have been pretty pissed if because I thought I had a move, and maybe I still do, but I don't know, man. Okay, so I will holler back in later for this. What is this storm's name? Flossie or something? Connecting. Okay, Miss Jen, I don't know if that's you that's still on or whom, but I don't know how. Why do I not understand how a camera works? I mean, I do and I don't. She does and she doesn't. Okay, with that, I appreciate you hanging out. It was good talking with you, and have a very good night. And if you want to like the video, like the video. 331:55 numbers. Yeah, I painted my ceiling, painted my walls. I got the carpet out. Oh, I'm not showing you that though. It will in a minute. The delay is weird. Oh, my finger just happens to be covering the hole. The delay is strange. There. So there's new floor and stuff, but it doesn't even really matter. Well, it doesn't really matter. You can't see out that window anymore. Floor. Alright. Enjoy your little camper. I guess that's what it's called, is a camper. It's awesome. I am super happy for you. And lots of love to you too. I might have been a firework, but I don't know who is looking out there right now. Is that makes me, or yeah. But there's got to be a silver lining after. There's got to be a morning after. All right, much love and appreciate you. Okay, we're gonna see who, what have you. So I will check back in on the whole storm front business. I don't think it's technically supposed to get here until like not yet, maybe Monday or Tuesday. But okay, I may be back on at 333 out. Weird.